Hi, this is Stuart Morton from Biocycle, and today our topic is rodents and lice. So in Hong Kong we have three very common rodents. So we've got the house mouse, and then we've got roof rats and Norway sewer rat. Now the house mouse is generally about 12 to 21 centimeters in length. And again, then the Norway rat, sewer rat, and the roof rat are pretty similar in length size, about 34 to 46 centimeters, give or take. But the fundamental difference between the Norway rat and the roof rat is the length of their tail and their body size. So how do these rodents get into our homes? Well, they'd be very good at Olympic events, because they are excellent jumpers, excellent swimmers, and excellent climbers. So things like air conditioning piping, drain piping, they can climb up those very easily. And also they're very capable of getting through very small gaps. Their body construction allows them to actually unhinge their rib cages and flatten themselves to squeeze through in very narrow gaps. Oh, and an additional thing, it's not uncommon to actually have people to lift the toilet seat in front of a rat swimming around inside. So sewer rats, they are able to swim. They're very accomplished swimmers and get through drainage systems. We think that we may have a rodent infestation. Well, some of the obvious signs we get are damage, breaking of packaging of goods. Other signs, at the bottoms of doors or corners of edges, they may be gnawed off, maybe chewed. So you see some like bitten marks there. That's often because the rodent's teeth continually grow, and therefore they need to gnaw away to actually wear their teeth down. Maybe damage to cables, wires, could be chewed through. So the cable damage, well, that can lead to fire, can lead to breaking down of equipment, so this is quite important. So other signs that tell us that we've got a rodent infestation as a problem. We hear noises, right? Maybe in a false ceiling we hear the sound of feet, pattern of feet, something crawling across. Sounds like that's a good indication. Seeing shadows, things running across, or you might see a rat climbing up. That alerts us to the fact that we may have something going on inside as well. So visual sightings. Other physical signs that we may have a rodent problem are actually seeing the droppings. And of course, we need to know what these droppings look like, because quite often gecko droppings can be mistaken for rodent dropping, mouse or roof rat droppings. But the fundamental difference is that with the gecko droppings, they will always have a white tip on the end. So what are we looking at? The difference between the droppings. Mouse droppings are obviously very small, within 3 or 4 millimeters. So if we're looking for these rodents, where are we likely to find them? So for the mouse, we're looking at small cracks, crevices, corners, food storage areas. Food storage areas, they're likely to be infested in there, on the lower floor areas. And if we're looking at the sewer rat, we're looking at in storage, bulk food storages, holes looking for nesting in the ground. They're much lower down. And then the roof rat, obviously as name implies, roof rat is a very good climber, so they build their nest. They'll be living well above ground, in false ceilings, up in trees, areas like that. So how do we keep rodents from infesting our homes? Well, we talked about IPM before, and this is a very simple approach towards helping to prevent them. So rodents like to feed on our rubbish, and they feed on our food, our waste food. So keeping our homes clean and tidy, and the rubbish areas nearby, keeping them clean, and food scraps and all the rubbish bagged and sealed up, keeping that away from them, denying them access to these food sources, and also making sure that they are not able to get into our homes. So very small gaps they can get to, again putting strips or blocking holes, air conditioning vents, putting mesh grills over drain pipes, waste pipes and such like to stop them from getting access to our home. So one way we can help within the home, if we've not been able to stop the rodents from getting in, but don't leave food out. Keep it all packaged up, put it in the refrigerator, keep it locked away. Deny them access to food sources. So looking around the outside of our home, especially where sewer rats, Norway rats are concerned, we're looking around the garden area of looking for holes or burrows, so we should fill them in and deny them places to breed and to set up home. So when carrying out treatment for rodents, we've got several options available to us. So what can we do in the home if there's physical treatment that we find there's rodent infestation. So we find droppings in the kitchen, some surface somewhere. We can, obviously we clean them up and sanitize the area, and then you can lay out a snap trap or cage trap or even a glue trap. One other further place you can look is quite often rodents can be found hiding or nesting behind freezers, refrigerators. Why is that? Great area that's not disturbed. You've got warmth, you've got shelter, and most of the fridges and freezers there are all self-defrosting, so there's usually some water at the back there as well, so there's an element so they can have something to drink, and it gives them a great place to hide. So apart from the physical treatment methods, then the chemical treatment methods used for controlling rodents, using poisons, chemical treatment. So usually these are administered inside bait stations, so tamper-proof bait stations, lockable, and the bait, the poison is put in there and it is sealed in with a locking key, so to make sure that it can't be tampered with or opened. And also the entry-exit holes is really for the target animal that we're dealing with, so it's to allow rodents to get in and out, and your pets at home can't get in there. Once you set up your either mechanical traps or have the chemical, the bait treatment, the bait stations in there, it will take maybe a few days before this takes effect, because rodents are very smart and they follow the same pathways, and they're also very sharp and aware and alert to new objects within the environment. So they're used to traveling the same path and they'll be alert to any of that. And then quite often they will avoid it for the first couple of days, and they'll see it doesn't move, it's still there, and they accept it, and then they'll start to explore it. So us as a professional company, when we're carrying out chemical rodent treatment, of course, we're using poisons. We need to be very careful and be aware of this. So whenever we place poison baits down, we will make sure that there's always a notice directly in where the bait has been placed to warn people where they are, and also on top of the bait station to alert that there's poison inside and to not to touch. So if you're trying to manage your rodent problem and it's proving not to be too successful, then you obviously may need to seek the help of a professional pest control company. They have a lot of experience and expertise at dealing with them and know the habits and where and the hows they will move and when they will feed, so you may need to refer to them. So you've managed to solve your rodent problem. The next most important thing is to make sure that you hygienely dispose of any caught rodents that you have, and to make sure that you sanitize the area where they have been completely. And after that, of course, you're going to need to monitor just to make sure that you've caught everything that's there and there is no further issues. And it doesn't help to go around and do your own check to see, to make sure there's any further proofing that needs to be done to make sure that rodents are not getting in. Okay, so that's it for today. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and we'd love to hear from you, so feel free to leave a comment. Thank you.